Hey, this is Gary Dean, PremiumCustomDetailing.com in Tampa, Florida. I'm over in St. Petersburg, Florida today, and I'm working on this I'm about to work on this 18-foot Nomad. It's a black hull, real pain. Honestly, if the owner would have mentioned to me that it was in this bad a shape, which they never do. Generally, when people say it's not that bad, it really is. So moving forward, of course, I already knew that, but I always give the client the benefit of the doubt. But anyway, on this particular one, he also didn't tell me that he already tried to have it detailed somewhere else, and they did a fantastic job of just making it nasty. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the boat and then get this thing washed, because it's going to take a little bit of work to get it straightened out. So you can see the transom area and all the random polish residue and nastiness. All that's got to come off. And it's like a charcoal gray throughout. He didn't have time to talk too much before he had to leave for work, but I'll tell you what, I sure as hell hope he didn't pay for this. I wouldn't even call that a detail. I mean, I don't know all the specifics. I just know that he had it detailed somewhere else, and this is how I'm having to deal with it. So we shall see. Get the interior all vacuumed out and looking nice, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. What this thing looks like. Just a little 18-footer, but not in the greatest shape. That's why I'm here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that center console all polished up and looking nice. He just had some work done to the motor, so he'll be ready to put it back in the water tomorrow. So anyway, this is what we have to work with. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to just jump right in. So I will get it all prepped for polishing and then do some 50-50 shots. So I'll check back with you when I've got that done. Alright, this is 2 section passes with the 4-Star Products Marine Line gel coat finishing compound, which is a pretty heavy duty compound, and there's still a little bit of haze left in there, but unfortunately after 2 section passes I don't believe that I'm going to get a smooth, deep, dark finish. I think that compounding, that's all I'm gonna get out of that. So what I'm gonna do is continue to compound and then go back with the Griot Garage polish, the dual action polisher, and polish it. Probably using the Gel Coat Labs micro polish with sealant. I'm happy with those results. They look smooth and nice, and it definitely looks black, but the boat sits outside all the time and it's definitely not a brand new boat, so I think that's where we're at. I'll enhance the gloss, darken it up a bit, and seal it up. So I'm gonna continue working. Alright, so I've cut and polish this rear section of the hull. You can see where tape's hanging, the tape line right here. That's dramatically better, but what a pain it was to get it there. But that's how this stuff works. So you can actually even see that I polished over the decals. The decals take polish really well. You can see just the clarity and the flake in the decal versus right there where the tape line is. So anyway, I'm gonna continue, and you can see where I'm gonna get all this craziness off there after TOGW, the other guy's wax. Anyway, I'm gonna proceed. Alright, I had to pause this detail for a second because I got something to say. I'll tell you what, I cannot complain about these hack detailers that promise the clients the world and then do not come through and leave polishing residue all over the place. But beyond that, don't do a good job. What I'm working on right now is removing all this polish residue. It's a real pain in my ass, but I'm gonna take care of it. And my client said, oh, don't worry about it, the salt water will eat it off. No, it won't. It's not gonna take care of it. It's not gonna take care of it like I'm gonna take care of it. But beyond that, I just can't let it sit there. I mean, this, part of the deal was that I just leave it. I just can't bring myself to do it. I'm a little obsessive compulsive. I'm quite the perfectionist. I like to do things the correct way, and if my name is on something, it's going to be right, period. So I'm busy taking off all this TOGW, the other guy's wax or polish or whatever you want to call it, and it's just kind of frustrating that someone would leave that there. Anyway, this side of the transom is pretty well cleaned up, ready for polishing. I still got some spots I got to get out of the cowl cover, but the lower bottom end of the motor and stuff I've taken care of. Still got some over here. I haven't done this part, but just all that stuff. I mean, what's the point? I mean, first of all, if you can't get to an area with a rotary buffer, either change your pad size or use a dual action polisher. If you don't have a dual action polisher, well, these days, if you don't have a dual action polisher and you're a professional detailer, you probably shouldn't advertise that you can get the job done, because you can't. It's the only way to really do that, because hand polishing it would take forever and probably wouldn't work that well on black. So anyway, I'm still working on the transom. I'm gonna get this. This is probably what's gonna take me the most time. So now that I've found out what the gel coat is like on the starboard side of the hull there, I pretty much know what I can expect for the rest of it. So before I go to the port side of the hull and finish up the other black gel coat area, I'm gonna take care of the transom, because I know that that's gonna take me, I'm going to be on that area the most time out of the rest of the boat. I mean, the top side shouldn't be bad. It's not in really bad shape, but the transom area back here is really what the pain is. And you know, all of this would go smoother if I didn't have to clean up someone else's mess. Again, I'm not complaining, because it's people like them that keep me in business. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to it. I just wanted to stop and just bitch a little bit about TOGW. Thanks for listening. Alright, the transom's all done. You can see how nice and black it looks now compared to how it looked before. That's about as good as it's gonna get, unless we take every piece off the transom and then I just polish it. So, looks good to me. It's back to black, looking nice, matching the starboard side of the hull. So now I'm going to go ahead and proceed with the rest of the hull and then knock the top side out. Alright, this 18 footer is all done. I polished the center console as well as all the interior panels that I could get to. I actually cleaned all the vinyl. Unfortunately, it's got some staining here that just won't go away. Cleaned all underneath of everything. I'm sitting underneath an oak tree, so I got random crap falling from the tree, and those stains will come out if I use some uric acid. However, I did not bring any, and the owner said do not worry about it, no biggie. So all the interior of the railing and stuff like that was taken care of. All of the aluminum and stainless was polished. All in there was polished. The engine was all cleaned and degreased. All the random nooks and crannies in here were all clean. All of them were done. And now you see the finished product, nice and glossy. Transom looks nice and black like it should. I just finished applying a coat, I should say removing a coat of my Bionic banana shield to the exterior of all the gel coat. So this boat was not as big a deal as the 32-foot Pro line I did last week, but it definitely took more work to improve the looks of the gel coat. So there you have it. Thanks for watching.